Right, it's time for the toss, and let me introduce everybody who's alongside. First of all, Javagal Srinath, who is the ICC match referee overseeing proceedings. Dhananjaya De Silva is captain of Sri Lanka. We have Ethan, who's our toss representative. He says he's a fast bowler, so nice to have him here. And Temba Bavuma is captain of South Africa. You've got the coin, Temba?
Tails. Tails is the call, and you win the toss, and you will be? You're going to bowl first.
It's tails, you win. Dhananjaya, what are you going to do and why?
You're going to bowl first, obviously.
You know, just lift your microphone so we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome to Durban. South Africa and Sri Lanka all set to do battle. A place in the final of the World Test Championship up for grabs. It's day one, live from Hollywood Kingsmead in Durban. Well, the weather's been teasing us overnight and early morning rain. It has moved on for now. Let's head over to Pommy for the toss.
Mendes, he's the new Bradman. We're going to have to look at how he gets on and then De Silva.
Arrive here in South Africa with good memories of being at Kingsmead, particularly. The coin went up and Dhananjaya De Silva, the Sri Lankan captain, called to play for with the World Test Championship, having both these teams in contention. As we look at the two who are out there, Dazorzi and Markram, who will face up to Lahiru Kumara. Look at the numbers. It's good morning to Hashim Amla, but first of all, Sean Pollock.
Yeah, good morning, Pom. Good morning, Jack. Best of 152 for him. Averaging 35. You would expect better from him. I think he's a class player, and he'll be hoping to find some good form in this series against Sri Lanka.
Go. A little bit of shape first up. How are you, Hashim?
Good morning, everyone. I'm very well, thank you, Pommy. Decent start from Asita Fernando. I think from the pitch report, the wicket does seem a touch slow. So I think it would really be working in Sri Lanka's favour, the length that they are used to bowling, which is getting the ball up to the batsman, as opposed to back of a length and hard length where the slow wicket really doesn't assist that type of bowling.
Yeah, straight away just pushing further up after that first delivery, and that's nice as well. A punch off the back foot, a favourite shot for Aiden Markram. Nicely on top of it there, and wide open spaces at the start of the game. He collects a couple of fours straight up.
Fantastic shot by Aiden. This is the type of shot that when Aiden first came into Test cricket, we saw a lot of the back foot punch to the covers. This is the type of Aiden Markram that I love watching. He's got an attacking nature, half bad ball. He's ready to pounce on it.
Yeah, that's what you'd say is first ball.
Dazorzi off the mark, streakily, but he'll take it. 12 without loss.
I think corporate
पेशेंट्स पे जो अक्सर कंप्लेन करते हैं कि कोई
got him. Beautifully bowled. The line straight up, and it's found the edge. Markram gone.
Yeah, this is quality. This is exactly the right length, plus the movement. I think the key is also that from a slip cordon perspective, you'll see Angelo Matthews. You can't afford to be too deep first thing in the morning here. This barely carries. But look at that line. That's the off-stump line. Prodigious movement. That's probably a foot of movement. And just carries through to him. And that's what Sri Lanka are after. Win the toss, decide to bowl first. We want inroads. We want wickets up front. Well, they've got there first. Malcolm played some good shots through the offside, 2 boundaries, but he goes for 9. South Africa 14 for 1.
Stump. I think we were talking about the tendency of bowling a bit too wide off stump, but once you get it tight onto off stump, allow the bowling to swing, you cause the batsman to think, oh, should I play at it or shouldn't I play at it?
There's the edge, and it's taken. That is magnificent.
What one Fernando can do, another one can do as well. Perfect length, perfect bit of movement, and that's a quality catch. Winder Mendes, I think, he's made some good ground there and gone low to his right. But boy, oh boy, Sri Lanka, they win the toss. They decide we bowl first. What do you have to do? You have to find your length. You have to find out whether the ball's swinging, whether you're getting that movement. He does exactly that. Nips away, squares up De Zorzi on the crease, and that's a wonderful grab in the slip cordon. Brilliant start for them. They've got their second, and they won here when they were last on these shores. They've got to be thinking already after 3.2 overs things are heading in the right direction. De Zorzi.
So tall, how difficult it was to face someone like Morne Morkel. It was always a challenge. You've had some of the Aussie players talking about it. So you've got to use these to your strengths, don't you? The height, whether it's your pace, what is it? And what's so good about Asitha Fernando is he's able to swing the ball both ways without really moving his wrist. So that ability that he has, he uses it to good effect.
Yeah, both Fernandos have been swinging the ball nicely, which is seriously important at the start.
Nicely played. Races across the field for 4. Good release shot for South Africa. It's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, and well punch on by Temba Bavuma. It's a rare loose delivery. It's been asked to swing. He's trying to get it up there, but in the process offering up a half volley. And it's beautifully played by Temba Bavuma. Not looking to overhit it, just opening the face of the bat, using the pace to great effect.
And getting those feet moving nicely now. That's the big difference. He's been there for a while. It's quite a simple thing when you're batting. You're going to be moving better and in a better flow after 20-25 minutes than you are when you first arrive. And that's what's happening now for Bavuma.
Repeats it. And it's back-to-back 4s for the South African captain.
Yeah, he's definitely finding a bit of rhythm here, Temba Bavuma. Fernando for the second time in an over, trying to go a touch full. 25 for 2 after 9 now, South Africa. Yeah, 2 balls to go. He's trying to get the ball to swing, but beautifully balanced. Just look at his head, right over the ball, almost just leaning into the ball, not trying to overhit it. And then not the worst delivery, but he got himself into a fantastic position once again to capitalize on a magnificent drive through the covers for 2 boundaries back to back.
Tristan Stubbs, he's been one to watch in the last couple of months. Has really grown in this format.
A thickish edge. We'll take it to the boundary for 4 more. The board just ticking over here for South Africa, who had seemed stuck for some time.
Yeah, if you are Stubbs and you are Bavuma, you appreciate this extra pace. It's a good delivery on a good line. The thick edge is all the way on the ground, all the way to third man. But if you Stubbs and Bavuma and you've grafted your way through a very challenging first spell, you do have a...
What a shot that is. He's a big lad, is Tristan Stubbs, and he's used all of his height there to punch it through the covers for 4.
Yeah, the one down to third man might have been a bit of an edgy shot, but in full control here, Tristan Stubbs. Nice position, strong position. Top of the bounce, just punches it away, waits for the ball to get to him. I've just got this feeling that the surface is starting to look a little bit better for batting. We saw swing through the air and some movement up front, but at this moment, after the last 2 or 3 overs that I've watched, it does look like the South Africans are starting to come to terms with conditions, and the ball's starting to find the middle of the bat more often.
That's in the gap as well. A big over that. 17 off. 46 for 2.
Sense of facing the slower bowler. Big appeal. Looked a bit touch high. So you do lose your edge a little bit in facing the slower bowler because you feel that it's not as quick and it's not as threatening. Still thinking about the review. Either come out of the crease or create some momentum in their shot. Having a look at that LBW appeal, certainly missing the stumps by quite a long way. So I'm not surprised that Temba's tried to use his feet and try and get outside the line and negate the LBW, especially with the ball nipping back as it is.
You got to bring.
Gone! Some bounce and the edge found by Kumara and gleefully accepted by Karunaratne in the slips.
There's a lot that's gone in and around this dismissal. Tristan Stubbs was not happy with the side screen. It's obviously the LED, and he felt like it was a bit off-putting in the fact that it was light and kind of fuzzy. He asked for the screen to be pulled across, and eventually basically said, don't worry, okay, let's play. The next delivery, it bounces steeply, good length, just hold on between the legs in the end by Karunaratne. But the most important thing about this is that Tristan Stubbs is on his way. They've got their third, Sri Lanka. He was looking like he was set, really starting to establish himself. But he has to be on his way, and he'll be frustrated because of everything that went before him getting out. 16 he goes for, 46 for 3.
That's a beauty. Really good stride forward and a lovely flow of the hands from Bedingham to get him away. 4 runs.
Yeah, it didn't seem like a half volley. The length actually wasn't that bad. It was probably just the fact that it was a bit of width. Bedingham decided, I'm going at that one. And gets it somewhere near the middle and flies away.
I don't think you're too unhappy with a new batter walking in and playing that outside off and trying to drive at it with 3. Shot. Full and driven for 4.
Fantastic shot from Temba Bavuma. We've seen a few of his cover drives in this innings so far. When he first started was finding his feet, and certainly has found his feet now. Lovely shot, extension of the hands. Big gap to the covers. He didn't try to overhit it. I think that's one of the keys when you are, building a partnership, is to stay within your game plan and not overhit the ball, time the ball. Because he is a magnificent timer of the cricket ball.
No fine leg in position. They've decided to reinforce the cover region. They want to keep the 3 slips, so fine leg is sacrificed. Oh, and it almost head down there straight away. Yeah, that's it.
Smashed for 17 in his first over, comes back with a second wicket in quick succession.
Yeah, we've seen David Bedingham leave one earlier that was awfully close to the off stump. But on this occasion, Kumara, just what he was after, knocking out his off pack. Yeah, he's low, he's skinny, he's in it at you all the time. And that is a pretty sight for every fast bowler, seeing that off-stump cartwheeling.
And that's what he does. Angles the ball back in all the time at really good pace. His last over was a beauty. That one 142 k's per hour, so that's good gas. And they have done superbly so far, Sri Lanka, after winning the toss and electing to bowl. Another wicket, betting with 4. 54 for 4 now.